Good evening everyone, welcome back to Assetto Corsa Competizione. We are here for the 6th round of the 10th season and we are in the Italian sun here at Imola for this race, and we've got ourselves 22 drivers and only one commentator. It is me, Timo. Hello. George unfortunately not there tonight, so I'll try and solo this one if I ever have to, I don't know, drink something. Not talk for 30 seconds, you know, be nice. But yeah, it should be a fun one. We have, well, we've got some talking points for tonight, and also everyone, if there's anyone in chat, say hello. Always love the interaction. So we are 5 minutes into this qualifying session, and there are 10 drivers already on the board. As we see, Bailey Thompson is currently in second for the Los Pollos Hermanos racing team. Cross the line, and he crosses it for provisional pole. Not that that means a lot. It is, well, we're still 9.5 minutes out from the checkered flag, but he has, well, he is certainly showing that he's got some fight in him, and he looks to try and win a race this season. He's looked brilliant in, well, on occasion, and then some occasion he really hasn't. He has won on track, of course, at the first race at Brands Hatch, and then he did get a penalty, and Veldman won the race. That was a penalty for overtaking Tommy Azelin off track for the lead, so he did get slapped with the 5 seconds, and well, because of that, he has not won a race yet this season, but I think it's kind of overdue. Maybe he can do something here at Imola, so Bailey is one to look out for, and then apart from that, without knowing how the practice has gone and how everyone's pace is looking, I would look out for the usual suspects, just because the championship is slowly shaping up. We can see some favorites, some breakaways. We know some drivers who are really fast but not quite in there yet, and so the storyline is kind of unfolding. Let me get you up to speed with that. We have got a really tight top two. They are teammates, and they can also seal the the constructors title, or rather the team championship, this week, or well, today, if Trigon Racing does not outscore them by, well, I think it's 16 points. And of course, talking about fast forward racing in the Audis, we can see both in this shot. They are they are teammates, and they are also championship rivals. They are 1 and 2 in the standings, with Illigna leading Veldman by 3 points as of now. So Illigna, for I believe the first time in his 2S ACC career, is leading the standings, and with only 3 races to go and a really good run of form, that could well, that could mean his first championship challenge. He could try and become a 2S ACC champion, and alternatively, of course, the number 1 on the Veldman car tells you all you need to know. He is our reigning champion in the Audi, and he is right behind his teammates. So we've got those two who are going to try and scrap it out right now in this qualifying session with 7 minutes to go. It looks like Dom has got the upper hand for now over Nico, but Nico's got 7 minutes to change that up again, and we will definitely keep an eye out for that. And then on the racetrack, as well as on the standings, as well as on our current timing table behind Veldman, we have got Lewis Zelch in the Mercedes, resident alien and out of his comfort zone driving the Mercedes. It is, well, the Brit is, what is it, like 42 points? 42 points adrift of Veldman, so 45 points of Illigna in the standings, and he is yet to win a race. He is really, really solid, and the Mercedes hasn't really done him many favors because it's not his main car, and because the Audi has excelled at most of the other tracks we've driven so far. And, well, I don't have George here, my resident BOP knower. That's the word now. So I don't know how good the Mercedes goes around Imola, but if Imola, Watkins Glen and Spa are more to the liking of the Mercedes, we can see Zelch maybe mounting a late championship challenge, close that gap, win some races, and then it could be really spicy. I expect those 3 to be in for a shout with the title race. And then I feel like I should mention him. He's a 2-time champion here in to as ACC, but he's struggling a little bit. It is Sam Chumley. Has had a pretty shocking race last week. Got spun, or did he get spun? No, I think he spun someone and then got spun by that person. And I think it might have been Bailey. He finished 11th last time, so absolutely, well, under his possibilities probably, and slowly started to fade out of this title fight. He, well, if something happens to the front runners, he's maybe in with a long shot, but I think he needs to step it up massively if he wants to be a 3-time champion this season. Sometimes things are just going to go your way, and also I think he's driving his car for the first time. So, yeah, those are really, well, that's really the situation for the championship. And then, well, they should get mentioned, of course. In silver class, we have got Ben Loos, who is leading the way there with a 25-point gap to Marius Savickas. And, wait, that means he could... Is Savickas here? No, he does not seal it by winning today. But if he wins today and then scores one more point over the next 2 races, or Marius doesn't win one of the next 2 races, then Ben Loos is going to be silver class champion, which is looking very likely. So I believe that is a thing that is just going to happen. Don't think much can stop that at this point. But that is completely fine. Also, if there are any issues with the stream, you have to let me know. I can't really hear the audio or anything. I'm just going by myself here and can't hear if anything is wrong. Let's focus on the last 3.5 minutes of this qualifying session. Bailey is still leading. Then we have Iligna, currently ahead of Veldman. He also, Iligna also won in Barcelona, his second ever race last week. So good form from him. And then we have got a name that I am not gonna be able to pronounce in the Dynamic Motorsport 911 Porsche. It is. I'm gonna call him Jiri Valik or something for the rest of this broadcast, and you know, if he sticks around, I'll try and figure out what his name is actually pronounced like. But we're going with Valik for now. He is in 3rd. He is a newcomer, as you can see by the red number, a reserve driver, and with that pace, I wouldn't mind if he sticks around. He's gonna try and pilot that Porsche. Porsche notorious for being a difficult car to drive, so. If he can manage that, I'll be impressed. So, what's going on for the rest of the session? Who are drivers to watch? One of them, for sure, is Lewis Zelch, who is up 2 tenths as of now, but he's also down in P6. And if he extracts those 2 tenths, he's currently up on his lap time, then that'll be, 4th? It could demote Veltman, but it's not going to be enough to really catch up to Illigan and Veltman in the standings, so he'll need a little bit more. Usually he's got really good race pace, but then, sometimes things happen. Last week he hit a sausage curb 2 times too many, and that made Illigan win that race, and he didn't come out on top in this one. With 2 more laps after this one, across the line is Louis Zelch. It is a 1:41.2. That is a really good lap time, but it is not enough for the front row right now. 3 tenths adrift of the Audi and the other Mercedes of Thompson and Illigan. Thompson really showing that the Mercedes can go strong here, and that is that's really interesting to see. I am really impressed by Bailey so far. I didn't think he'd be this competitive, but it is looking good for them, for the man. You know, I'm being a little bit optimistic here. He's like 15, 16, but you know it's fine. Whatever. So who else have we not mentioned? We've got Jakovsky, who's a little bit further down than you would think. He's also in the pit lane, so no improvements gonna come from the Jim Beam Energy. BMW. And we've got Zelch up 2 tenths. I think in Agua Minerale on the last lap he lost some time. Now he's up to the Variante Alta, so we're gonna see him hopefully not mess it up over the sausage curves. That it could be close to invalidation, but it looked fine to me. He is gonna. Well, he has lost a 10th though, and Illigna is also on an absolute flyer, so even if Zelch is going to improve, Illigna might be able to take pole here in the late stages. Where's Bailey on track? Let's check for Thompson. He's also coming downhill to the... I have no idea how they are called. I just call them Bottas corners because he is... well, he screwed them up plenty of times 2 years ago in the Mercedes. He was also carrying half a Ferrari on his under tray, but that's a different story. Thompson now across the line. He's not really up on his delta, and is it an improvement? I do not... Oh! No, it is not. He does not manage to go into the 40s as there is Illigna parked, and Illigna was not able to improve substantially either. Zelch neither. Veldman 4th. No improvements coming. Valik is rounding the final 2 corners. He could theoretically still improve, but I think he's down a 10th, and now he's messed up the corner, so no improvements gonna come out of the Porsche driver as he goes into the pit lane. Chambly does the same, so 5 and 6 stay, and the last runs have been pretty much a mess for everyone. Dvořák with a chance still to make this a notable qualifying performance. He's up 4 tenths, and being 8 tenths adrift of pole, he could still separate the third row of the grid, Valik and Chambly, if he does it right. Also shout out to Stricker in P7. That's looking really good from him. I don't think he's got much time to practice at all, so putting it there, really nice job from him. Now Dvořák around that final corner, and I believe that is 5 tenths. He could even challenge up to P3 for Zelch. The Czech driver comes across, and he puts it in where's the line? Where's the... Oh, he invalidated! Oh, come on! He just blue balled the shit out of me. That's pretty sad. But what can you do? Nothing really. So, no improvement for Wojciech Dvořák. And is Noppen going? No, Noppen is not going. What's going in Van den Herding? He's the last driver still on a lap, and that one seems to be valid. He's up a 10th and might beat out his teammate and Chris Stricker. P6 still on the cards for him. Trigon Racing's been a bit quiet this season, and they need to do something to try and stay alive in the constructors fight, but I feel like, I mean, they've probably given up. Fast Forward is just too close to clinching it, so no real contest there. And across the line, it is enough to beat Chambly and Stricker. Van den Herding 6, Chambly 7. So, scorching sun here in Italy. Well, 26 degrees, not exactly scorching for Italy, but still warm weather. Some clouds in sight. Some clouds, but does not look like we are under threat of having rain anytime soon. So let's embark on this grid walk. We have got Bailey Thompson. Yes, yeah, Bailey Thompson, of course. Bailey Thompson, pole sitter in the Mercedes, absolutely impressive from him. Kind of fingers crossed. Maybe he can finally put himself into the winner's position this race. 1 hour of good driving will be needed for that, though. He's won races before. I think last season he won a sprint, but consistency usually not there. And also he is one of the drivers who, I don't know, just gets caught up in shit a lot. I don't really know why. I wouldn't even really blame him for these. His driving's quite clean, but it's not really worked out. Then Illigna P2, his first championship challenge, I believe. You can call it that at this point, and he's once again ahead of his teammate. Lewis Zelch in third is lurking, and not the best Mercedes on the grid, surprisingly. So maybe, well, he needs to start lowering that points gap in the standings if he wants to stand a chance of being in the fight by the last round. Then we have got Veldman, our reigning champion, a little bit off the pace, seems to be just outperformed by Illigna now, which is an interesting dynamic. It's been the other way around for seasons now. Then newcomer Valik in P5, I'll be very interested what he can achieve in that Porsche, also the only Porsche on the grid, and a absolute unknown quantity. Let's hope he's clean, let's hope he's fast, and let's hope he gives us a show. Then Ruben van den Herding for Trigon Racing in a Trigon duo. Ruben P6, Chambly P7. They will try and claw something back with consistency in the race. Then Chris Stricker for Mango Loco in P8. Really nice qualifying performance from him. He's been struggling a little bit this season so far, but I think that's mainly down to lack of track time. I know he's very capable, so it is nice to see him put it in the top 10. Then Dziakowski, he's a bit up and down this season, isn't he? In the BMW, he's had really good races and also podiums, but right now it's just P9. Then Dvořák, who's shown some really good pace, but also achieved that pace by getting an invalidation. We don't know what to expect from him. Antoine Olivet, P11, the last of the pro drivers who have set a proper lap. Then Ben Loos is in P12, leading silver class ahead of Ryan Noppin in the Rebellion car. Jack Mills, third in class ahead of Marius Savitskas. Why did I say Marius wasn't here? He literally is. I'm just dumb. It's fine. Okay, I need to be faster. Nils Krüger, P16. Renault, P17. Then we've got Andrew Moulton still in the Weep car. Ahead of Federico Varagnolo, no proper representative lap time from him. Then Visser, for once, doesn't start last because Bilasco managed to, I don't know, set even less of a lap time or something. Don't really know how that worked. But Visser from P20, Bilasco from P21. And I noticed one person dipped at the start of quali. We are 22. And now one is gone. That is sad, but it's fine. Can't really do anything about that. On live for what, like 16 minutes, and I feel like I've been saying one long sentence. Makes you appreciate George's presence every week. But I also appreciate it when I also notice when he is there that he makes it a lot easier, but even more notable when he isn't there. Which he adds to making this an easier job. But of course what makes it an easier job is chat interaction. I'm getting kind of desperate here. It's gonna look quite embarrassing. But I mean that's what happens when your entire viewer base is drivers who watch it after the fact and want to see if I said something nice about them and gave them any screen time for their overtakes and stuff. Hello to all of you. Unfortunately can't write in the chat, so I'm gonna stay alone, I guess. Shit happens. What was I gonna say? Right, that makes the job easy and also gets a lot easier if we have a an exciting race, 5-head, and that is just down to the drivers really, to keep it clean, to not build any huge gaps, and to have this a competitive fight. And I mean, as much as I hold Bailey in high regard, I would not expect him to just check out and run away with it. So therefore I believe this will be an exciting one. Also, another talking point, Illigan in P2. He can set himself up really well for the season finale, or rather the next two races, Watkins Glen and Spa-Francorchamps. But it is also a fact that he does usually lose a position at the start and then take some time to get it back. But maybe if it isn't an Audi track this week, Zelch could make it harder to get that one back this time. So Wow really needs to pay attention and try and get a good race start. That is going to be interesting. So the 716 car on the outside versus the 37 car, and behind them you will have the other two fast forward cars. And also what is going to be interesting, Zelch has been a man of the big send in the past, and I wonder what he does at Imola, because it is a really long run to turn 1, and it is a sending opportunity. We've seen that in real life with Verstappen and Hamilton, of course, and other drivers. So maybe will Zelch show restraint, or will he just go full attack? He kind of needs to get aggressive right now if he wants to have a chance at winning this title. But we're waiting for the green lights, and they always come later than I think at Imola. There we go green in Imola, and Illigner already aggressively closing the door on Bailey, on Zelch, but Bailey is well clear at the front, so if there's no massive surprise, he should be fine. And Illigner brakes really late, then opts out of it, and I think Zelch is gonna pounce at the opportunity. The cutback not possible, and Illigner does not lose a position at the start once. Zelch absolutely goes across the sausage cup and is now under threat from the other fast forward driver, the car number 1, Nico Veltman. threatening him, and then there's a multiple wide moment in the back, and no one gets hurt in that one. That was Dvorak on the inside of two others into the Villeneuve chicanes, and we're fine. So at the front, no real change of position. Oh, that is Chambly spun once more. Olivier gets collected in that. The drivers have to avoid him, and Chambly is tagged. We go for Helicam and we go for a replay. Hopefully we don't miss anything. Hopefully my game doesn't crash. It does not crash. So we are in the replay. That is Sam Chambly, and oh, what is gonna happen? Valik going for a really late move. Oh, that is a bad first impression to be leaving on a new racing league you just joined. Who's the guy who collects him? It is, I think that's Varan. No, is that Varaniolo? I don't really know. It's fine. It is Varaniolo. So now Chambly last. I don't think the car's gonna be much damaged after that one. Though it is a massive time loss, and now through Variante Alta. I do not know that as a corner we can go multiple drivers wide, and we're seeing why, as the blue Audi is able to hold on to his car there. But he's now under threat from Niels Krüger, and that is a massive misjudgment by Michael Renault, who takes to the gravel. Now Noppen on the inside of Krüger. Krüger runs it around the outside and keeps that place. Now back to the front, Thompson, 3/10, and I don't think Illigner's gonna let him breathe for any significant amount of time here. The leader group is checking out a little bit. Valik lost some time in that spin. I don't want to say deserved, but, you know, kind of deserved. What's going on into turn 1? That is Varaniolo on the charge against Moulton, and it works out. Moulton also with a terrible run over the sausage curves. There is Chambly, who's already made up a few places after getting spun just less than a lap earlier. Now we go through Tosa, the scene of the crime, of course, and yeah, top two seem to be a little bit faster. Zelch kind of not there yet. I believe George said something about how the Mercedes comes into its own more throughout this stint, so it is possible that Bailey and Zelch will have a slow start to this, and the fast-forward cars will try and press the issue, and then later we will see a change in direction when it comes to those two fights for the podium places. But for now the Mercedes look a little bit lost there, and Imola is one of those tracks where, you know, being under big pressure can make a massive difference. There's so many corners where just hitting a sausage curb in a weird way can lose you the place. And now Illigner is going to try and attack from the outside. Bailey already forced to defend this, backs Illigner off into Zelch though. So that is not dumb from Bailey at all. He could bring Illigner into a really awkward situation. We are on board with Lewis Zelch now. He is the hunt. Well, I mean, he's kind of the hunter and the prey at the same time, but that's just how trains work. Now on the straight, though, I believe the Audi is going really well. Maybe it's just because the Audi gets a good exit from the final corner. But that was well taken by Zelch, and I believe he is seeing a opportunity here. No, he gets it a little bit wrong. Has to ease out of the gas, and is not capable of pulling that one off. Also, he's defending from Veldman, which of course you can't see from on board. Maybe Veldman is getting a little bit feisty now into Tosa. I wouldn't expect it of him, and I am correct in that judgment. Now, what's happened to Krüger? Also, wait, Smelt is checked out of the session. Wait, oh, Smelt is the guy who left us in qualifying. Chambly really close to Savitskas. He's up to 16 now. So there was a multiple wide moment by some drivers, but I failed to catch up on him, which is a bit of a shame. I'm sure it was great. Chris driving completely on his own. His Wojciech completely loses the car, attacks the rear of Ben Lewis. Ben Lewis held on in Agua Minerale, and that's gonna lose you a lot of time. He's completely in the wrong gear there. I want to see the onboard of that. That was quite spicy. Let's go on board with Wojciech Dvorak. Cockpit cam even. As he loses it and then tags Ben Lewis, and on board with Ben Lewis he holds on over the off track. Hope his tires didn't take a big hit in that. It'd be a shame, but I think he seems to be fine, and that was a nice piece of car control we got to witness there. And back to the front, and we've got a big train, and now Zelch has completely lost connection to Illigner, so something might have happened. He might have hit a curb. Also, wait, Veldman got passed by Ruben. We completely missed that. I wish George was here. He could tell us why! As Feldman messes it up, and now he has to go across the gravel. Be careful, there's Stricker coming, or is it... No, Valek... No, it is Stricker. Valek is past, now Stricker is coming, and it is all going wrong for Nico Feldman, championship leader for basically the entire way, and now he drops to 7th, where he finished in Barcelona. It's all falling apart for him. Really bad situation for him, and... yeah, I mean, what I believe happened is that he got dangerously close to Ruben under braking and tried to avoid the collision by by staying on the outside to avoid the car, and then couldn't really get back on the track, had to cut it and didn't, well, he certainly didn't gain time from that cut, down to P7, the Dutchman, and now it's going to be a recovery drive for sure. And Valek, a newcomer in the 911 Porsche, has got the next Trigon Racing car up ahead. We don't speak about what he did to the other one, and I'm sure there's a penalty coming for that one. It's not going to stop him from trying to show us some performance. There's an uncomfortable touch with the rear of Ruben at that point. I'm sure that'll get taken out of context. Thank you, Welsh Toast. But it's fine, it's fine. So, yeah, the leaders group getting torn up a bit, and I think Stricker just let Nico past. He didn't look emotionally attached to that 6th place at all at any point. Probably kind of just wants his own peace and quiet. Not exactly unleashing the beast, but maybe Mangolocos in fact does not stand for craziness, but for for, I don't know, just chilling, kind of doing your own thing. Vibe check, something like that. Don't know. Maybe there's a word with the sponsors coming there. Also, up front, the top two have broken free from Zelch, Ruben, and Valek. I believe it is down to a driving error from Lewis Zelch. I'm just gonna assume that. Probably caught a curb wrong, which is also what lost him the win last week in Catalonia. So I could imagine that being the case. Valek in the Porsche. I believe Porsche is really bad at the straight. At least that's what it used to be. It's probably not even the same model of Porsche as when I was driving, but he is. My God, he's looking dangerous. I'm impressed by his pace. I'm happy he's trying to spice things up, but I'm also concerned he might need to, turn it down a little bit for Watkins, Glen, and Spa. Might get some not so nice messages out of the FIA if he continues like that. But of course, I mean, the sample size of watching him drive is 8 minutes and a half, and I'm just a commentator, so I'm not gonna pass the final judgment on that one. It's just the impression I'm getting of watching him a little bit. Watching him a little bit. Of course, he's under more scrutiny than the drivers I've known for years now. I kind of know what to expect from Ruben. Kind of know what to expect from Veld, but he is, a blank. Well, he's got a blank slate, and that means I'm gonna keep more of an eye on him. Ruben is not gonna like the antics though. Ruben did also get into a bit of an altercation with Bailey earlier this season, so he's not gonna take too well to that. And now as we go up towards, I think it's Piratella, or Piratella Mugello, I don't even know. Corner, fast corner, top hill corner, left-hander, whatever. As we go up to that, we have a little bit of a blocking from Ruben, I think is fair to say, but probably within the boundaries of legality. Elling also exceptionally close to Bailey there. Wait, how did he just get himself alongside there? Valek with a brilliant overtake. Wow, that was amazing. I think it was clean as well. I hope we're not gonna miss any. Not gonna miss anything by going into this replay, but I want to see the onboard from that, because that was around the outside in Variante Alta. Let's see where they break. And he just breaks solidly later, puts himself alongside. Wow. I mean, there was a little bit of rubbing in there, but I am impressed by that. That was really nice, using the agility of that 911 to its full advantage and just good stuff. Wait, what happened? Oh no! Oh no, we're going for a replay in a second. He does not... Okay, we're going further in the replay. He somehow managed to lose a position to Veltman. So, out of Variante Alta, he has to defend, and he just goes deep! Oh no! Well, the good part about this is, I believe he's faster than at least Ruben, maybe also Veltman. So, therefore, we should see more overtaking opportunities, and... My god, the straight line of the Porsche sucks. He just pulls out of the slipstream and the Audi goes for a run, essentially. Also, in the meantime, while all of that is going on, I hope that I'm not missing any action with the top two. Don't have my co-com with me to keep me updated on that. So, I'll try and keep an eye on it. Usually don't have to do it. Usually George tells me when things are going on. So, what are we gonna see out of those guys now? Veltman was for... Oh! Valek does a bit of a Veltman in that one, and then he hops over the curbs. And, yeah, Mr. Consistency is not a title I would give him as of now, but we saw him do a crazy overtake. I'm not decided yet on how to view his race. We've, of course, I mean, the things like what happened at Tosa, that happens to the most experienced drivers at some point. Sometimes you just take someone out. It happens. So I'm not gonna, say he's a dirty driver or anything just for that one incident. I think that'd be a little bit unfair. Now, Veltman is not doing himself any favors in his pursuit of Van den Herding. Some solid Dutch infighting going on there for P4. I don't know where Ruben is from. I just know, I would start doing some Netherlands cross-referencing here. I just know that Veltman is from, how do they pronounce it, Groningen? I don't know. It's weird country, weird language. It's fine. Anyways, Dutch infighting for fourth. Yes, I can talk. That's why I'm a commentator. And every time I see Agram in a rally, I get a little bit spooked. I think most other drivers also do it. It is a genuinely scary corner. Now, Illigna... Wait, is Illigna... He is scarily close out of Variante Alta. I have not compared the straight lines from the Mercedes and the Audi. I'm just getting the impression that the Audi is a little bit of a ground rocket. Maybe it's because I've been directly comparing it to a Porsche, though. That could be a factor. So I don't really know. We're gonna go on board with Illigna, I believe. That is not Illigna. That is Illigna. See if our championship leader can do something. I mean, he's probably extending his lead as of now. He's making it hard for Veltman, putting some pressure on him. Yeah, okay, he's not really closing, and it's gonna take a little bit more than that from Don to go for this win. And now we've got Valek in the Porsche, and he's at the back of Veltman again at the Porsche straight line speed, letting him down, but the strength is in the brakes. Maybe he does it then. No, he's a little bit careful. I appreciate that. Also, we've got a fight for P8 there going on that I don't think I've mentioned at all. It is the Silver Class 1-2. Lewis ahead of Belasco. What is Tchaikovsky doing? My god. Solid save there, but put himself onto the gravel there all by himself. In all fairness, likely to avoid running into the back of Belasco. So I'm not gonna slag him off for that. I don't think that's a thing you say. I don't care. It's not my first language. It's fine. Yeah. No, wait, Noppen, did he just get alongside Krüger there? That is a fight going on as well in Silver Class for P4. I don't think Noppen got that one done, but he seems to have more pace than the Aston Martin there. Aston Martin, I think, well, it's a stable car. Should do well with the curbs. Illigna really close once more. I think the Audi just The Audi goes hard in the slow corners. From what I've observed, it's also been really good. Barcelona third sector, so that is where it's going to gain its time. And I think from Agua Minerale on, the Audi is probably favoured, and then Variante Alta is also a really good corner for it. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I have to say every time that I don't know. I haven't driven this game in a year, so that is all dangerous pseudo knowledge and. Car stereotyping I'm doing there, but I believe I'm correct. Now Valek is, my god, he is crazy. He's tried it on the outside. Also, what happened to Veldman? I'm missing a lot of the things here while I'm talking about, I don't know, whatever. So Valek's down to 6th now. Stricker somehow in 5th. Can we see a second Mangoloco surprise podium? I think that's a bit of a long shot, but well, Zelch bottled in Kalami to give Vance the podium. Maybe he does it here to give it to Chris, because Chris is, well, he seems genuinely fast right now. I'm impressed. He's hanging with a really promising newcomer and a reigning champion in the same car. Though admittedly that champion must have made some mistakes, because he was well clear and now he's behind Stricker. Stricker just seems to be picking off all of the parts of all of the guys who keep making mistakes, and now, knowing Valek, I think he's gonna go for this. Watch out, he's gonna try and seek the issue on the outside. Nope. This is probably his best overtaking opportunity from just judging what I've seen so far. The main straight, not really great for the Porsche versus the Audi. Maybe if you get a good run out of the final corner, you can do something, and then with slipstream, but the straight line speed, not really there, and oh no, Mills, no! Mills no moment, as Jack Mills, 3rd in class, is no longer 3rd in class. Thanks for the update, Timo. Lol. He drops all the way down and is now behind his teammate as well as Savitskas, who has also had some sort of off, which is quite unfortunate if he wants to hang on in the title race. Is anything happening at the front? Let's hope we don't miss anything. That is Belasco. On Ben Lewis into turn 1. This is for silver class lead. Keep that in mind, as Belasco is really careful on the inside there. And he puts himself alongside. Lewis was too conservative, and I think we've got a change of lead here with the Audi. And now the BMW is trying to capitalize. We've got the green BMW into Variante Villeneuve, and he does not go for it. Maybe sets himself up for Toaster, though. He's gonna try it on the brakes, I am sure. He does, and he puts himself alongside Ben Lewis. How much space is how do you call people from Luxembourg, except rich? I don't know. The Luxembourger. What's he gonna do? Well, we saw he manages to hold on. He gave the space, but he carried the speed, and therefore Diakowski's lunge does not amount to a change of position. Now Valek and Veldman are just dropping off Chris. I assume they're tripping over each other. So this fight is really, really spicy. Also, of course, Veldman will know what happened to Sam. So he'll know that Valek potentially dangerous. Yeah, I mean, it's... It's a little spicy. When you fight, there's sometimes just drivers, won't name names, who you give a little bit of an extra margin because you know they won't leave you any space, and you're better off not dying. Especially in iRacing, when you see someone who's just an absolute lunatic, you just let them pass, and you just, you know, you sleep well in the knowledge that they'll just kill themselves trying to overtake someone else than you. So sometimes you're better off that way. I don't think Veldman's gonna think like that though, because this is not an iRacing open lobby. This is a race that matters for a championship. He's trying to win. What is Valek doing? He's completely been spooked there. Actually, I'm interested in what happened there. Let's go for a replay in the cockpit, because that was awkward. Also, I hope I'm not missing any Illigner Thompson action. Let's go on board. How does he approach this? Car seems pretty on edge, if you ask me. Oh, he's getting... Oh my god, man. See, the thing is, of course he's just lost control of his car, which shouldn't be impressive, but seeing how he lost the car there makes it even more... Wait, why have I missed the... Wait, okay, never mind. I thought I missed the move for the lead. That is in reality just Visser getting out of the way, and that was genuinely spicy there for Bailey and Illigner. So anyways, what I was gonna say... Seeing Valek lose the Porsche like that makes it even more impressive every time he holds onto it, because my god, that car wants to kill you. It is insane. I wonder how there's people who genuinely just enter in Heroes thinking, ah yes, I pick the 911. Like, what's wrong with you? Do you just have a death wish? Do you want to age double this? Do you want to age twice as fast driving the race? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you, but respect to those who can make it work. For now, Alec, I don't know if he made it work. He started, what was it, 5th? I think, yeah, he started 5th. And he's in 7th right now, so he's lost some places. But also needs to settle in. I don't know how frequently league races, and now Illigna is dangerously close, but unfortunately, Variant to Villeneuve, not really a space for overtaking. Maybe he can get a run out of this into Tosa, though no, he certainly cannot. We saw Diakovsky attempt that one earlier, and Diakovsky was closer, so yeah, that one wasn't really on. Zelch in the meantime, I mean, Zelch is, I think, holding the gap. Zelch's best time is a 41.7, the other guy's best time is 41.6, 41.7, so no real difference between that. On the last lap, Zelch gained a 10 on Dom, 2 on Bailey, so yeah, I mean, he's still in this. I wouldn't discount him completely, but he's gonna need a good pit stop, maybe some aggressive fighting, and then he can potentially pass them, and it would be huge for him. He is, as I said, 45 points down in the title race, and there's 3 rounds to go, but well, winning it gives you 50, coming second gives you 42. If you can pass both of those, he'd gain, what's that, 11 points or something? No, more than 11. 15 points on Illigna. So, I'm not saying he's favored to win, but if he can do it, it'd be huge for keeping his title hopes alive. And he is a fast driver. He's unfortunately missed the first race. He is, but he is really fast, and I'm actually surprised he is not closer in this championship fight, but things have not really gone his way so far. He's had a win, well, I would say taken away by a penalty, but he also kind of had that one coming, so, you know, I can't, I'm not going to blame the FIA for that. Kind of going to blame him for that. Yeah, Illigna's he's just keeping the tension high, but we haven't really seen him go will to will yet. Maybe he's content with waiting this out until we hit the pit stops. Now let's see what Diakovsky is doing, because the timing is telling me that he is dangerously close to Ben Lewis, and we've seen that one before. Lewis kind of knows what's coming. He's not covering the inside though, because well, Tosa's not good enough of a overtaking spot. Now let me take a drink. I hope you heard that. I'm pretty sure you did. Oh! On today's episode of Timo Shouts at Nothing, Agrom in a rally with 2 BMWs that are scarily close to each other. Also monitoring Chumley's progress. We haven't really watched him overtake people, but he's currently in a bit of a hole of air between the 10th and 11th, well, the 10th and 12th positions. Lots of air in both directions behind Dvorak ahead of Oliver. He's cleared all the silver drivers, barring Velasco and Los. So, yeah. Also, update on Velasco. He is just faster than Los. I think there's not much more to it. He's doing really well. It's a credit to him. Illigna, well, close to Bailey as always, but through some corners, passing is just not that possible. And yeah. Now we're starting to see the first pit stops. I do not think I've mentioned Valek pitting yet, but he has pitted. So yeah, do with that information whatever you want. I will monitor his progress in comparison to Veldman, and now we see a few more in. We've got Krüger, Mills, and notably Van den Herding from 4th, the Trigon driver, hoping to find a clear piece of track, and I would be surprised if he does not get it. Maybe Renault is going to be in the way. Apart from that, it should be pretty straightforward for the Dutchman, and he might be able to get a little bit of a gap, because in the meantime, Veldman is struggling with Stricker here. Zelch is not really blocked by anyone, so I doubt that Ruben is going to gain on Zelch. That's all going to come down to tires, and if you are looking for tire and pit stop analysis, you are at the wrong address. You're going to need to, I don't know, do that one yourself. I'm sorry. And that is a pit stop from Chris Stricker. And also Chumley, but wonder if he does any damage repair. I doubt it. The bonk he received did not look like it is reasonable to take damage for that, and I'm pretty sure that Dom is just trying to stay as close as he can to then go for the under or overcut on Bailey if he believes that he's fast. Might pull that one off, so the fight for the lead could get spicy really, really soon. Yeah, I feel like he's being held up at this point. No, actually, okay, on board it does not look that bad. Takes those curbs really well though. Also, Imola is a track where you can, well, it's, I think, avoidable, but also, if you are pushing real hard and if you're fighting, really possible to get a drive-through. Also, and that is something that should be kept in mind, it could completely, well, it could actually just ruin someone's championship challenge. It is a track where drivers speed in the pit lane a ton, because it is not too intuitive where the marker is. It's not really where you expect it to be, and also it's easy to take out, so sometimes it's just gone, and then you can't really do anything except to stop go 30. And so I hope those drivers all did do their... oh wait, we've got a fight going on for, what's that? Oh, no, never mind, it is not a fight, but it is consolation after the pit stops. Wait, why is Ruben behind Chris? Doesn't that mean that Chris is fourth now? I'm pretty sure it does. So we've got Thompson, Iligna, Zelch, and yeah, then it's Chris. So Chris has pitted himself ahead of Van den Hudding, and Valek is right behind them. I have forgotten where Veld was in relationship to all of this, but if he's done well, he could just put himself back into fourth. I don't really know if if Chris was exceptionally fast and just, or like didn't take tires or some shit. I don't know if that is the reason. Or maybe they just all got tangled up with each other and lost time. In that case, that could be big for Veldman, and now Veldman is in the pit lane, so I expect this battle to heat up, especially knowing how Valek drives. We're gonna see some spicy stuff, I am certain, as we are... Well, we've had a lot of action, we've also had a lot of tension brewing, and drivers are just going to get more and more desperate as that time ticks down. We've got 31 minutes on the clock, so just a little bit more than half remaining in this race, and Iligna has not really attempted anything for the lead yet, but the closer we come to the checkered flag, the more he's gonna try, and now he goes for the undercut, so it is Iligna. I hope it didn't speed in the pit lane, because that'd be a terrible way to conclude a fight for a race when Bailey Thompson's been holding on so well so far, just actually, well, one of the two fastest on the track, I believe, 3.1 clear of the other Mercedes of Zelch, and now where is Veldman? Veldman is ahead of Stricker, so that is quite the turn of events. We've got Ruben losing quite some time, Veldman coming out on top, so after all of the mistakes he's made, he's now fourth, and he's quite away from Valek, who he's been close with earlier, so the pit stop strategy really changing the order in that one, and that is huge for Veldman. Of course, this is not the weekend he wants. It is also not even a weekend, it is Monday, but that's beside the point. We're racing here. Whenever you race, it is weekend. I don't care. We've got, oh, is that an attack? Yeah, Velik is actually going for it. He puts himself oh no, he's got another collision with a Trigon car. They both are completely in the wall. I feel like, well, I think Ruben just stopped trying it. Can you stop crashing into each other? What the fuck are you doing? Sorry. What was that? That is really shitty driving. I'm sorry to say, but you can't do that, and also Veltman's ahead of Krista, so yeah, I feel like we have to examine that a little bit more and hope nothing happens while we're away. So, Helicam, I kind of want to see. So, this is Velik, and he puts his, I think that is almost fair enough, and then... yeah, FI is gonna have fun, man. I don't know. I am not sold on that one. And we're gonna come out of the replay, and... well, I think Velik was ahead after this, so... yeah, we're gonna see in a moment if anything changed while we were in the replay, and if so, then we'll of course examine that. No, it has not, and oh, no, I think Ruben's damaged. Yeah, Ruben's probably damaged. He's letting him pass. That's Ben. Wait, why is Ben ahead of? Why is Ben ahead of Ranoa? So Ranoa's had a nightmare on the pit stops. Silver, not Ranoa. What am I saying? I mean Velasco. So, wrong Audi. And now we've got yellows. Yeah, it's Ruben parked up. So that incident ends the well, that incident ends. A Trigon race, and the same driver has had an incident with the other Trigon, so Trigon is, I think, now not mathematically, well, incapable of keeping the constructors alive, but it is looking quite dire now, isn't it? And they're both going to be really mad with Velik. I'm not going to pass any judgment on the Velik Ruben incident. I feel like the first instance of that was kind of on Velik. Though he did get himself along, I think he got himself alongside fairly, but then it was kind of clumsy, getting murdered by the curbs. In a way, at least that's my impression of the thing. Alright, we should probably keep up with this. Where's Bailey? Bailey is so clear. My god, Bailey is way clear of Illigna, so... well, that means Dom has to do it all by himself, or he just doesn't. Of course, he wants to get in as many points as he can, but sometimes it's not worth a risk, and his main challengers, Zouch and Veldman, are behind. No disrespect to Bailey, but he's not really looking like a title threat at this point now, does he? Actually, let me have a look at the standings to give you the numbers. Bailey is sitting on 105, and Illigna on 187. 187, Digga. So, you know, it's... I don't think Bailey has got a shot at this title race. Maybe it is fine for Illigna to be second. I doubt it, though. I mean, the racer's instinct is not really to chill. The racer's instinct is to try and get as many points as he can. And I'm going to observe ACC chat to see if there's going to be any angry comments from either Trigon driver. Now, Ruben relaunches ACC for some reason. That is weird. Well, okay, it's fine. But yeah, now that... wait, what is happening? Thompson is getting blocked by Moulton here. Who's that pitted? And Velasco picks up a drive-through penalty, and that seals the deal in Silver Class. He's led that race for a while, but, well, then it all... then he loses a lot of time in the pits. Oh, there's some bumping there. First he loses a lot of time in the pits, and now he gets a drive-through for track limits. Quite unfortunate. And now Bailey wrestled his way past Moulton. And that cost him time, of course, but Illigna has to do the same now. We're going to go on board, actually. How much does Illigna send it? Of course, well, we know that they're faster than him, but I don't know... well, they're not faster to do a send into turn one. Where is Moulton? That is the opposite of the racing line. Oh my god! Oh! Okay, he's got him. Kind of scary to watch, to be honest. We're fine, though. And it has, I think, swung the balance in the fight for the lead a little bit towards Illigna, which does not mean it's looking good. He's still lost time overall after those pit stops. It's 1.1 second now, so he's dropped 7 tenths there, is what I'm trying to say. Suboptimal for Bailey, but if he's fast enough, he should be able to get away with it. I don't think it's going to be happening, though. I feel like I don't have numbers on this or any you know, certain knowledge, but I feel like Moulton stays out like for a long time a lot, and I wonder why. Because if you're getting lapped Oh, Bailey's made a mistake there. That could be a off track. It also could be damage to his tire pressures. So that was quite scary. I think Illigna probably gained. Yeah, Illigna is gaining big on him on this lap there. Not ideal from Bailey, you could say so now. Well, 24 minutes, he has to write this one out. He can't afford to make that mistake again. I think next time that happens, Illigna's close, he sends it into I have no idea how the corner's called. I think Ravazza, but I don't know. I'm actually googling that. Imola corner names. Let's go. And wait, Zelch! Zelch is really close. I wasn't paying mind to it, but he out of the pit lane is really close to Thompson and Illigna, which leads me to think they did some monkey business and both lost a bit of time. And now we've got a 3-driver fight for the win here. Mercedes sandwich, Audi in the middle. Something German engineering. Actually, something German engineering. The top 8 are all German cars, and now that Moulton is pitting, the top 15 are gonna be German cars. Which is not really impressive in a grid of... What? Also, I can't count. It's gonna be the top 14, I'm dumb. But... Wait, how many non-German cars are there? There's 3. Amazing. Oh, Valek, I didn't pay mind to this, but Valek retired. Valek, after his incident with Ruben, I don't know if he took, because he took damage from the prolonged contact, or if he's just frustrated and fed up with the driving. But he is retired. He's in the pit lane P20, so we're down to 19 drivers. Bit of a shame. He's shown some he's shown some glimpses of really, well, great overtaking. The movie pulled around the Assetto Corsa was just genuinely a joy to watch, but the move he tried to pull on the inside of Tosa on lap 1 was not. And whatever he did with Ruben, I'm not gonna lay the blame at one specific driver there, but it was I think a collaboration of suboptimal driving. I'm gonna go with that. Good euphemism. Also, there's a little bit of a gaggle of cars there. Wojciech Dvorak, bit of a quiet race, but he is up to P6 now, profiting off of a lot of funny business going on, but he's not safe in that P6 because there is a beamer breathing down his neck. It is Ben Lewis making a good argument about how he should drive in Pro Class maybe next season. I don't know. He is gonna win this title, I'm relatively certain. Savickas is gonna stay in it mathematically, but I think he can seal it at Watkins Glen barring any catastrophe, so therefore I believe Ben Lewis probably should get promoted to Silver Class, from Silver Class. And well, we'll see about that, for sure. And he's in a fight, he's in the middle with Jakowski. It's quite fast, and then also with Dvorak. So that is spicy now up front. I think, well, Zelch is showing good pace, but I believe Illigna is the one who's flying the most out of those. Had a good last lap. He's really close to Bailey now, and I'm gonna look to attempt to put his car past now the number 9. That's Renault having a little bit of trouble in the last corner, but I don't know. He's not going to get into the way of this fight, as they are just now rounding the final corner. And on the main straight, maybe Illigna finally gets a good run. I want to see some spice. I don't really have favorites in this, but I want to see a fight. I don't want this to just be a procession. And I think on this lap, Illigna might just be close enough. Now the Audi is in the slipstream of the Mercedes, but I believe it's going to take some bravery on the brakes. Let's go for the TV cam. Bailey Thompson blocks the inside. Illigna is aware of that, and he cannot go for it. Bailey placing his car quite intelligently, also gets the braking done in a nice way, so he's not vulnerable out of the first few corners there. Umbrella, I think. Yeah, the Umbrella chicane, I guess it's called nowadays. He needs to be careful. The one misstep at Imola can cost you big. I know plenty of corners where just catching the sausage curve in a weird way loses you the place. And also, we've just mentioned them earlier, but now Ben Lewis is past Wojciech Dvorak while we weren't looking and paying attention to the lead fight, which I still think is, you know, valid fight to look at, the fight for the race win. But still, credit to him, silver class driver, P6, good stuff. And now Jakowski knocking on the door of the Czech Mercedes driver. And into Agua Minerali. Such a spicy corner. Also one where you can easily pick up a warning if you run it a little bit too deep. Don't take out enough speed in that downhill braking zone. And and that could be quite tragic. So I don't really know if the drivers have to pay attention for that, especially now. I can't see how many warnings each has got, but that could play a factor, and need to watch out for that. Now into Agua Minerali, and I think Jakowski with a good run, he's gonna cut back into the slipstream maybe, but Dvorak, I do not think that straight is long enough for an overtaking attempt. Dvorak does not think of driving a defensive line, and Jakowski just stays lurking. Slipstream is not gonna help him much, because as soon as we head to the main straight, the slipstream he gets is not gonna be better than the one Dvorak gets from Lurs. Well, I don't know, actually, I don't know if double slipstream works. In this game, let's go back to the leaders fight. Eligna, not close enough once more, and I think, yeah, they're losing time to Zelch, so this can get really, really annoying for Eligna very soon if he does not pull off the move, because just, I've explained this dynamic so much, but although the kill comes, so I'm gonna take everything for granted that I can. It is one of the worst moments in racing when you're stuck behind a car. You think you're faster, or even if you're not faster, but you're stuck behind a car, and there's someone coming up from behind because at that point the opportunity cost of making an overtake becomes so much worse. You drive, well, by definition, if the other guy isn't defending, then you have to drive offline to make the overtake. That's how physics works. So that means, of course, that you are offline, you lose time, and the car behind you can set you up for a move, and at some point it just becomes more profitable to sit behind, and that is a nightmare if you want to win this race, and I'm sure Dom does. 18 minutes to go, Zelch closing in, and he can make this a lot more painful for Dom. And you can also make it count for himself if he gets past Eligna with that. And he puts some pressure on Bailey. Maybe Bailey cracks, Zelch wins. You know, he could put himself in the frame for the title if he strings some good results together. Right now, it's just looking like a casual, not win, but point gain in the title race. But oh, let's actually go. No, but I think this time Bailey had to head for the inside line there, but I think Bailey is doing quite well at judging his braking in a way where he does not really lose time out of 1-2 to Eligna, even if he drives defensive and blocks the inside. So credit to that, and his intelligent driving there. And now Alexander Jakowski is attempting to pull off the overtake, but yeah, we can see blocking the inside is quite effective here. But that is why I just praise Bailey, because that what just happened to Dvorak can happen at any time. And yeah, if you don't do it right, and then you lose a position, and then you get punished for blocking the inside, and that is exactly what happened to the blue Mercedes in this case, and that is how Jakowski puts himself up to P7. Nice move for him. Now the next is Ben Lurs, who he's failed to overtake earlier, so that could be a hard one to crack. And we think we've got a little bit more than a quarter of the race to go, and now it is a proper three-way fight. Zelch is right there. He's not gonna spare any chances to attempt to get himself up further and put himself P1, P2, whatever. This is shaping up quite nicely to be a brilliant race. They're making it quite easy for me. I think I've been talking for an hour straight now, and it is. I've got stuff to talk about. I'm quite glad. And yeah. I've got, well, not really confirmation, but Ruben was frustrated with the driving today. I know that much. I've just read a message he has sent, so that is of course a big shame. We saw the fight. I'm not gonna take a side in that one. I haven't really analyzed it thoroughly enough to give a good faith opinion on that one, so I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, it's a shame when things like that happen. And then two drivers want to drive on the same piece of track, and that certainly happened, no matter whose fault it was. Alright, I think about 4 years ago I wanted to check Imola corner names. It is Piratella. It is also Variante Tabarello. And it is Ravazza. Oh my god, I got all the corner names right. Let's go! Also called Variante Bassa, which does not exist. Oh, I guess that's the name of the now gone chicane, and Zelch is looking quite alive. He might be able to do something soon, and we've seen Zelch aggressive earlier this season. I don't think he's had many fights, but whenever he's had, well, he's pulled some daring moves off. Remember what happened in Kalami? I'm still not quite sure whether he just outbroke himself there or whether he meant for that send, but those who know what I'm talking about know that guy, he can come from way back and still put himself alongside you at the apex. Don't think it's gonna happen this lap though, because the Audi just too strong in those low corners leading up to the main straight. But yeah, so that happened, and then also the move against Chumley, where he did get penalized for it, but he still showed willingness to commit, and that is a scary quality for a driver you see in your rear view mirrors. That's a situation that Dominik Illigner finds himself in right now. He's leading the title, and that could change at any moment if he gets caught up in an incident, and that's why you have to evaluate how big of a risk are you willing to take. Now the grid reaches the back of Andrew Moulton in the Lamborghini, one of our 3 non-German manufacturers on the grid, and he lets them by quite nicely. I believe last week there was an instance of him not doing that, or was it Belasco? I don't remember who it was. Someone held up someone. That's good statement. Thanks for the analysis, Timo. Good job, good job. Djakovski, behind Lewis, we've seen that before. He's attempted to go down the inside on Tulsa before, and has not really made that work in that lap, and this time he was not close enough to do it. Now run up to Piratella. It's not really an overtaking spot unless you are way faster than the other guy. Also, Dvorak is dropped back quite a bit, so he was the weakest out of the 3. Well, it's hard to keep it all in your head in real time while you're doing solo commentary, but I believe that maybe he's done it in the pit stops. You know, that he didn't take tires, gained 5 seconds, put himself in this fight, and now he's just way off the pace. That is very possible, because the others did make quick work of him, and he was further to the front than I thought he was before the pit stops. Maybe that is what happened, and in that case he could still be under threat from Sam Chumley, who is in P9 right now. And yeah, of course, we haven't mentioned him in a while. He got spun, of course, in the first lap, and now he is where he is. So made quite the nice recovery, also with the top 3. According to the minimap on the right, nothing happened on this lap, which is good because I wasn't really paying mind to them while I was on my little rant. So good that we didn't miss anything here. And what's that? Why does he have a Haas logo on his rear wing? Is he the only Haas fan on Earth? That's possible. That is possible. Well, I'm one to speak. I'm a Bottas fan. I'm the only Bottas fan on Earth, so I ain't judging, but still. 11 minutes to go. It's gone quite fast. Now it's slowed down a little bit, but while I say it's slowed down a little bit, there is a fight brewing we could be watching, and it is kind of, it feels like a little bit of a Cold War, so to speak, to borrow some historical analogies for it, because you could feel some tension brewing, and it looked certain that something bad was going to happen at any point. Well, not really bad. I mean, a fight for the lead, a side-by-side moment isn't bad, but something spicy for sure. But so far, I haven't seen an overtake from Dom yet. I'm not gonna make another Bottas comparison, because the last time I did that he just won to prove me wrong right away. But so no Bottas comparisons today, but I don't know, the overtaking prowess hasn't really been there today. Though it is a GT3 car, and overtaking someone else in GT3 is hard if you're not significantly faster, and Bailey's been doing such a good job. Being significantly faster than him today is tough. But Bailey, well, I'm gonna try and make something happen. So we're praying to the Jinx gods, and I'm gonna do some commentators cursing now. Bailey, I would say, okay, is kind of a little bit of a bottler sometimes, right? Oh, Savitska's with the drive through. Right. I've cursed the wrong person. Oh, that is white from Dom. That could be a a quick penalty, but it is not. Oh, and Savitska speeds into the pit. Yeah, I think we'll see a retirement there. So what I was gonna say, so I think Dom might have just picked up a warning there, and if you have 3 warnings, you can't attack the corners the way you can normally, taking curbs. Quite important, and you can see the others are going deeper in that, while he is staying well within the white lines. Also, well, actually, I mean, it's not fair to say that Bailey's a bit of a bottler, because in my mind, well, Illigna kind of, well, sometimes is as well, but mainly when it comes to track limits. Not really in ACC though, that was more of an F1 game meme. Oh, and I think he's just done a Bottas. He's put 2 tires on the gravel, and maybe Zelch has just seen what he was waiting for, and I think that's taken some speed out of Illigna. Does he get him on the straight? Zelch slowly getting closer, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe into the braking zone. What does Lewis Zelch, what is he willing to risk? Nothing. Stays behind, so that was spicy for Illigna. Got the corner completely wrong, but it does not lead into a loss of position for the German there. Whew. Man, the tension is high, but I want to see an overtake, or at least side by side at some point. I mean, Imola is not exactly Monaco. It's got a long straight. It's one of the longest straights, in fact, on the calendar. I don't know. So far, we haven't really seen anything, but well, I've seen plenty of overtakes, but not between the top 3, and that is where we have got our eyes right now. There's still a fight going on between Lewis and Tchaikovsky, and I'll try and keep you updated on that one, and I'll try not to miss any potential overtakes, but the fight for the top 3 spots is a little bit more important to me right now. Now, Tchaikovsky's on the Assetto Corsa, but that is not really a place to get a move done, or is it? He goes deep, he carries some speed, the trees block our vision, and I think Tchaikovsky has just gotten a lot of momentum around this and into Piratella. Lewis is going to hold the inside, but Tchaikovsky's got the nose ahead, and I think he's finally got that one done, and he comes out on top in the fight for P6 between the Beamers, and goes a little bit deep maybe into Aqua Minerale. Lewis with the potential for revenge. Conservative line from Tchaikovsky. No, he's got that one done, and yeah, he can. I'm gonna take credit for that, because it certainly just happened because I said it wasn't gonna happen. That's how it works here. That's how it works around these streets. And Tchaikovsky, good overtake there, showing us that it is possible to overtake. Though, I mean, no, I don't mean any disrespect, but Ben Lewis, Silver Class driver, probably harder to overtake than Bailey Thompson, Pro Class driver. 7 minutes to go, and as the clock runs down, we are gonna get more and more desperate here. I hope that does not result in collision, but I hope it results in action. I wanna see Don really try for this win, and well, as it stands right now, so he would gain, what's that? So okay, let me run it through. So the points for the positions are maths. They are maths. They are 50, 42, 35, and 29, as far as I'm aware. So right now, Illigna is on, well, gains 42, Veldman gains 29, so that is a gap of, I can't do maths, 13. Is it? Yeah, it is. So if it was to finish like that, then the championship gap would be 16 points for Illigna, and that is not really safe. If he gets that position to Bailey, it'd be big, but if he spins, it could just go so wrong so quickly, though the gap to Veldman is 16 seconds. Maybe he's fine. Maybe he's actually fine to take some risks. I don't think he loses more places than 1 unless he absolutely annihilates the car in the barrier. This is also frustrating for Zelch. I don't know if he's the quickest out of... Oh, yeah, probably is the quickest out of those 3. He's got the fastest lap time of the race. I actually think they are in reverse order from pace right now. I think Bailey is the slowest out of them, but... Oh my! Oh no, there was some contact there, but both of them hold on. And yeah, Zelch just tagged the back of Illigna. Now he's a sitting duck, maybe. And onto the gravel goes Zelch. Not able to make a move, though. He did tag the back of Illigna there. I'm gonna go for Helicam replay to see what happened. Oh, yeah, that is not nice. I think had he taken a position out of that, there might have been some FIA intervention, or at least the incentive to give that place back. But And that was spicy. So I think Bailey's the slowest out of the three by like a tenth or two. And then Zelch is probably the fastest by a tenth or two. Which should spice it up. It should also mean that those two will be able to catch up to Bailey after that little bit of a incident, you know. That is a bad run from Bailey. I think Illingner's closer than normally, and there's no predictive slipstream for Bailey. There is for Dom, but not for Bailey. So yeah, but he's not really getting closer. It must be so frustrating. It must be so frustrating for Dom, but can't do anything. Well, he can do something. Drive faster, then he would probably get it done. But right now it's not enough. I'm getting blue balled by this fight. I'd like them to go crazy. Not whatever happened between Yuri and Valak? I think Valak was the name. Not that crazy, but you know, bring some spice. Also, right, update on Savickas. He has indeed retired. He is deceased, you could say. So that means 25 points for Ben Lewis, and he gets a 50-point lead going into the final race. Of course, for those who don't know, Silver Class has got the F1 point system, and the overall has got a different point system where you score 50 for a win. Which means that in Silver Class there's only 50 more points up for grabs for Savickas if he wins Watkins Glen and Spa. So if Lewis takes one of those, he's champion. So it very much is an instance of we cannot celebrate mathematically, but everyone's pretty sure he's gonna win it, I would say. Barring a catastrophe now. I don't want to jinx anything. But he's way clear of everyone else in class. Also, well, this fight is it has good tension in it, but it also looks like nothing is gonna happen. There's 2 laps to go. Maybe Dom could prove me wrong. I hope he does. And I'm not gonna switch camera yet, because this is theoretically close, and maybe Bailey makes a mistake, though the precision with which Bailey's navigated his car around the sausage curbs today has been truly impressive. Yeah, okay, nothing happened. What was I gonna say? I feel like that sentence made no sense. Right, Dvorak, Chumley, and Olive. That is not Dvorak. That is Dvorak. Where's Olive? He's not close to those guys, that's sure. Okay, I misread the timings there. But yeah, the fight for P8 is on, and that kind of feeds into my theory that Dvorak is on old tires, because he's dropped so much time to Diakovsky and Lowe's, even though they've been fighting. So I think Chumley can probably make this move on the last lap. But that is gonna be an aside to this fight here, where Zelch, I believe, is just cracked in the final moments, made a mistake. He's way adrift, and I don't think he can get himself back without a mistake from the top 2. And we're only gonna get the full start finish straight once more, and that is the best overtaking spot for Dominic Illigner, who might put it all on the line or might just be fine with P2. It's still gonna be a good points haul for him, and it is gonna be an important step towards a win in this driver's title race. But but getting 8 more points out of it, of course, is better. I'm dropping some real Will Buxton truth today. Oh wait, Chumley and Dvorak are actually really close to each other, and into Piratella. Chumley checks him out of the way, but I think that was all fair. So P8 for him. He gained more rapidly than I thought, and now the potentially last attempt from Dominic Illigner in the Audi. He is really close, I think, in the slipstream. Maybe he's gonna ascend it, but surely Bailey's just gonna defend. He needs to get it right, though. We've seen others get it wrong earlier on the brakes. Illigner's unable to turn in because Bailey just blocks the apex, and I think Bailey is fine unless he makes a mistake on this lap, which is gonna be the last lap of the race, because there is only 30 seconds left on the countdown, and I think Bailey Thompson will just win this race. He's been under pressure for a full hour now, and he's not cracked a bit. That was one of the that was so far one of the most consistent tries I've seen. I really haven't seen any mistakes out of Bailey except that one time with Variante Alta after the pit stops. But with Illigna in his mirror for the whole race, he's looked so good, and at the end of this he might just win his first race of the season. But it is not over yet. He could still get a drive-through. He could still mess it up over the curbs. We're halfway down the track. Agua Minerali, a little bit sideways. They're kind of spooky. I'm sure he'll feel it now with only 4 corners left to go. One of them the chicane here, and he's gonna play it conservative. I think he does. He avoids those curbs, and Illigna is quite aggressive into Ravazza now. Rarely an overtaking spot, but I don't think Bailey got a good run. Illigna is so close, but it is not really an overtaking spot. Does Bailey drive a defensive line? Does Illigna go for it? No, Bailey places it in the middle of the track. Illigna tries to go for the jump, and then he spins down it. No! I've completely jinxed it, and I think Zouch will win this race now, because Bailey's been spun, and Zouch goes for Illigna, and Illigna will get a penalty, and that is complete disaster. Across the line, we're getting a photo finish, which won't matter, because that was a incident caused by Dominic Illigna. Oh my god, he's put it on the line and it's all gone horribly wrong. What a terrible way to end this. Let's look at the replay to see what happens. So, yeah, Illigna is just trying to set him up and Bailey goes, oh no, that is completely undone. And you know, you can penalise Illigna behind Bailey, but you can't penalise Zouch for that. So I think Lewis Zouch wins the race. Unofficially, that's going to be another one in the stewards room. I think the 4th race of the season there. Oh my god, what a finish, and a terrible one at that. Bailey is going to be the opposite of delighted. Oh no. When he's rage quit. Oh, come on. That feels terrible, man. Oh god, so Dom's going to finish 3rd, I'm pretty sure. And Veld is 4th. Stricker, really good from him, P5. Jakowski 6th, then Los, Chomny, Dvorak, Olive, Varagnolo, Visser, then Mills 2nd. Well, Mills 2nd in class, that doesn't sound right, but Velasco screwed it up royally, so Mills gained some points. Nice for him. Yeah, that's the results of that, and I'm just gonna open the chat and. Oh, come on. That is actually shocking. But, well, I think it's been a really good race despite that. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I felt like it was quite good. That was exhausting. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you are back next week. I don't think I am back next week. Where the championship could be decided already. Now I think Dom only takes, I'm gonna assume he gets a 5 or a 10-second penalty for that. So that means what? He's 3rd, so 35 points, 29 for Veld, 6 points on indifference, so now we're at a 9-point championship lead for Dominic Illigna after that bottle. I can't believe neither of them win this race. That is actually just oh, come on, man. I feel really bad for Bailey. He didn't do anything wrong there. He did drive quite slow in that corner, but that's his full right. Like, he knows it's just 2 corners. He has to get it across, so of course he blocks the apex. I mean, that's just what you do, and he gets completely fucked over. I'm terribly sorry for him in this one. Join us next week for Watkins Glen, and